I'm not sure if you have found that Uncle Fred can be such a big stinking liar at times, like I have, but you need to pick the advice he gives you wisely at different times of your playthrough. Like seriously, Uncle Fred has to be a kleptomaniac with how badly he wants you to start a law firm. First on our list at number 5 is the humble coffee shop. It may not make you rich overnight, but it's a budget friendly option. And hey, the cost of items are dirt cheap too. Who wouldn't want to run a coffee shop and sell everything from coffee to croissants? One benefit of the coffee shop is that it's a relatively low cost business to run, taking into account for stock, employee wages, and retail space. You could even use a small space if you wanted, but I used a medium. The coffee shop may not bring in as much revenue as the clothes shop or even the nightclub, but it is a great option when you don't want to take out a massive loan like I recommended for the clothing shop. I mean, who doesn't like coffee? Everybody loves coffee, so it'll be a successful business forever, right? The coffee shop also boasts a relatively stable income, which is fantastic for a foundation that you can build upon later on. For the number 4 spot, we have the vibrant world of nightclubs. While they may take some time to hit their stride, a well-managed nightclub can rake in some serious cash. The key is to pick a decent DJ to set the mood. Here's the do's and don'ts about running one. The first key is you have to pick your hours of operation very carefully. Obviously, a nightclub isn't going to be very popular when everybody is supposed to be at work. The peak hours are often from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's critical to understand that nightclubs often start out slow and you have to be very patient, and it may have to be babysat for the first few days starting off. Nightclubs aren't for the faint of heart, but for the investor wanting some serious long-term cash. The booze tends to sell for a lot, especially in the richer districts. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. Don't let Uncle Fred in, because I'm fairly certain he has connections with the mafia as well. Remember, invest wisely, select your DJ and other staff with care, and adjust your times of operation with your daily, or rather nightly, statistics. Now let's talk groceries. They're number 3. The upfront cost might make you sweat, but fear not, there are affordable options for budding capitalists. With a bit of attention, this business can yield substantial returns. These points will help you navigate the supermarket shelves. As I already mentioned, the upfront cost can be a bit intimidating, but there are cheaper options available, such as non-refrigerated goods like carrots, tomatoes, potatoes, etc. However, if you have a larger budget, you can sell anything from fresh vegetables in coolers to ice cream, sodas, and the fresh vegetables that we previously mentioned. And you have a very vast amount of different products that you can sell within the company. The products that do well in your grocery store will change over time with shortages and surpluses, but what is guaranteed is that your customer rate will be steady over time and consistent as long as you put enough time and effort to keeping your shelves full of product and stocked full. Customer consistency over time with the grocery store is fairly consistent. The staff skills don't need to be very high, and you can just scatter at pretty much anybody out on the schedule and your company will do pretty well. A couple things I really like about the grocery store are that you can use it as a personal food bank, so you can just go in and get free food pretty much while you still make money off of a business. Sliding into second, we have the Juggernaut, a large mixed-use clothing shop. This bad boy pulls in an impressive $108,000 per month, allowing me the finances to snatch up a luxury apartment in the Hell's Kitchen district. Let's explore how this store becomes your ticket to in-game prosperity. You can sell many different things in the clothing shop, from the usual clothing, to the teddy bears and flowers that Uncle Fred set you up with at the very beginning of the game. You can even sell jewelry here, which is probably one of the best forms of merchandise you can sell in this store. Just keep in mind that if you sell jewelry, to set up lots of cameras because they will be a hot stolen item. Location and the size of the store are number 1 in the success of your clothing shop. Opt for prime location, preferably in a richer and busier district such as Midtown. Consider adjacent businesses using the app on your phone and the overall need of the area. For mine, I rented the large space next to a grocery store in the Midtown district. I later bought that very same grocery store start with some of the profits my clothing shop brought in. Once you have a steady income stream from the earlier businesses I mentioned in this video, I'd recommend going to the more fancy loan officer across town in the Hell's Kitchen district and get a fairly sizable loan to rent a space, buy products, set up shelves, and if you want to sell jewelry, don't fill all the shelves right away, as that would take the entire $300K loan. Start small in your stock and work your way up. In big ambitions, the clothing shop stands tall as a beacon of profitability. As long as you have a strategic location, it will give you consistent returns. The clothing shop still stands as the cornerstone of my tycoon, and it could be yours too, with a little bit of management in your next playthrough. If you want to use this company in your playthrough, just remember you need the right location and a diverse product range. I would highly recommend using jewelry for this. The best advice I could give you is to avoid Uncle Fred's persistent advice on starting a lawyer firm and to ignore that point completely. Hold off on setting up a lawyer firm until your overall revenue is about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, if not more. Keep Uncle Fred and his kleptomania at bay while you focus on other ventures discussed in this video. Uncle Fred can afford bail. He doesn't need to skim money off of your back. The best I got the lawyer firm to make was minus $6,000 a month, so it's not very good at all. It's incredibly hard to get customers over time because lawyers cost so much per hour that you can't exactly hire a lot of lawyers. The profit per day will be even worse, so you can't really afford to hire 10 lawyers for the business. You are really limited to 2 at once because that's the best you can do it. Otherwise it's too expensive. Lawyers tend to demand a lot of things too, they want gold health insurance, silver health insurance. Their hourly wages run from $100 to $200. So in other words, just avoid them completely. Delaying the lawyer firm allows you to build a diverse revenue stream so that you can support the firm in the later game. And just because you watched to the end of the video, I'm giving you a bonus tip. As you hit the mid to late game, the opportunity to buy out companies arises, but beware, it comes with a huge price tag. The grocery store I bought was 2.5 mil. Once you make an offer and the current owner accepts it, the company will often be poorly managed, losing money from overstaffing, and it'll probably have really angry employees because of their needs being ignored. In order to make the company successful, you'll have to restructure it. Buying a company also comes with some other benefits such as tax breaks with the IRS, among many, many others. Anyways guys, give those 4 companies a go. Steer clear of Uncle Fred's law firm obsession until the time is right, and consider the pros and cons of acquiring existing businesses. Hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming insights, and I'll catch you in the next video.